somebody were to ask me why would I take up the HRLP program at SOIL, the School of Inspired Leadership, there are a bunch of reasons, and academics is a very small part of the bigger picture. Firstly, the Human Resources Leadership Program is known to be the flagship of SOIL. We have the greatest mentor possible in Anil sir. He is a practitioner in the world of HR consultancy for years and very successful at it. So we don't just get the academic perspective, but we also get real-time application of what we are learning. Besides this, we also have quite a few extra projects that we take on. One of them is our action learning plan, which is the ALP as we like to call it. And in that we learn how to use HR as a cross-functional tool with marketing, with business operations, and all the aspects that go into running a business. We also have our social innovation program where we try to work with NGOs, and we don't just volunteer our time like anybody would when they go to an NGO. We try to help them improve their operations, their HR practices, and through this process we're not only contributing to the world, but we're also learning how to apply our knowledge in the real world outside of SOIL. And lastly, something that our professors try to give us are extra projects and cross-functional teams outside of these core projects. So our teachers are constantly coming up with new and new projects with MNCs within SOIL where we can apply HR and try to see how it really functions in the real world. Besides this, they've also started helping us take up extra certifications, like we're doing the PHR certification with SHRM, that's the Society for Human Resources Management, and it's a globally known certification, and it gives you experience and knowledge which you can apply on the global stage. So it's a very good thing that we're constantly staying in touch with reality. We're not just focused upon books and theories and concepts. We're learning what's going on in the real world outside, and we're learning how to apply it at the same point of time. Besides these programs, we also have a mentoring program, and what they do is they assign a mentor from the industries to each and every student, and that really helps us develop our leadership potential. The mentor that I have is the head of HR for a multinational firm, and he's helped me find out what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, and how can I develop myself to become a better person when the time comes for me to display my strengths and display myself to the world. Another thing that we have is student feedback is taken up very, very strongly in terms of deciding what faculty comes in. Whenever we have visiting faculty, they give us a chance to experience them first, take mock sessions with us, and we really get to see, and they really ask us, what do we think about our faculty, what do we want to learn, and if something is not right for us or something is not working out, they really give us a chance to give that feedback, and we have two-way communication with that. And besides these things, we also do something known as appreciative inquiry. This is cutting edge work that's happening in the business world right now, and based upon appreciative inquiry, we have a whole trip that is surrounding appreciative inquiry, and we go to Sidbari, which is up in Himachal Pradesh, and what we try to do is really apply this psychology and behavioral science concept into real life and appreciate each other and really learn how we can live a good life and provide constructive criticism to others rather than coming up with just the traditional feedback sessions that you have in most colleges. And they also try to give us some simulations and management games that we hear so much about today. We recently went through a program called Rubicon, which is a South African firm, and what they do is they've come up with Business Today, and they do a simulation based upon a management game trying to teach students the 360-degree operations of how businesses work. So we really learned how we can apply HR and operations and financial knowledge all together and combine that and be successful at basically in that simulation. And this is something that the biggest MNCs today are applying in their placement criteria also. So in that way, we really prepared for the real world when the time comes for us to go into the corporate world. Lastly, one more thing that I wanted to talk about was how open the SOIL alumni is when the time for admissions comes. When I was applying to SOIL, I had the chance to go on coffee chats to talk to my alumni, to the SOIL alumni on Twitter, and they were completely open and completely forthcoming with the truth about SOIL and candid, honest feedback about what they think of SOIL. And that's something that is done probably in other B schools, but it's very staged. It's not so heart to heart. And when I got to meet the SOIL alumni through a coffee chat in CCD, I really got to know what kind of people SOIL invites within itself and what kind of things do I have to look forward to when I go to SOIL. and I just loved it, and that's probably why I chose soil. And the biggest reason was the feedback these people gave me made me so happy and so excited about coming to a place like soil, and ever since I've joined here, I haven't regretted even one day. Every single thing they told me soil would be, it's turned out to be all of that and so much more.
5.5 years of experience with Infosys, and then I was really thinking of looking for a B school where I can actually do my MBA. While looking for an MBA program, I was mainly focusing on the factors where I can actually not only go through the academics part but also learn something where I can where it will be much more of application oriented.